Today what I wanted to touch on really was the essence of starting from zero for me, and I guess the main points that stand out in my mind as to why I truly think I am starting from zero. Coming through this YouTube channel is really just one avenue that I'm looking to do with my business to try and push out and gain a platform of which I can help, hopefully. Obviously with a YouTube channel, this is what we want to do. So with any good business, any good idea, any good objective, we need some sort of tangible, measurable data points that are going to track and give us any sort of justification or validation as to why we should keep going and as to why or how well we've done up to this point. Obviously the meaning behind this is quite clear. We don't want to wait 6, 7, 12 months before we get to a point where we go, okay, so how have we done? And then we start to scrabble around and try and determine actually where we've got to by that point. There's some quite easy metrics that we can follow, and with a YouTube channel it's quite obvious as to how we're getting on. But there's also some more difficult things that we can look at from a business point of view, probably going to follow up with in later videos. I want to give you a bit of an overview of the sorts of things that I'm going to be looking at that's going to help me on the journey. Now, most of these things are going to be down the social media route: Twitter, Medium, LinkedIn, YouTube. These for me are all the sort of key platforms that I want to take advantage of and want to progress, because I think it's going to help my brand if we push that out into the market a little bit more and gain that exposure that I so desperately need in order to really push on and gain more traction through clients or through prospective networking as a result of obviously having a bigger platform. So I guess just to give you a bit of a view of what that means from today. So currently I have 52 Twitter followers. The reason behind that is obviously just through organic growth, through engaging with different tweets, getting into the various topics and discussions as much as possible, and to not make it a complete horrible habit where I'm just annoying all of my family and friends because I'm constantly on my phone looking through. But I'm trying to make my time efficient on there. I'm trying to be a contributor into that environment, and the algorithms behind these things are all based on how much engagement you're creating, but also how much engagement you are making yourself from being on these platforms. So my approach right now is just to engage with conversation, run a load of likes, run a load of retweets, make a load of comments as much as possible, just to try and gain some traction, put yourself out there a little bit more. Obviously, like with everybody on LinkedIn right now, I've got over 1,200 connections, but I mean, that's obvious, right? I mean, I think everybody does. Everyone's got about 1,000 recruiter friends that they engage with to help them get their job as much as possible. But that is a platform, that is a base in which I can push out, whether it's an article that I'm going to write, whether it's any comments I'm going to make on particular achievements within the business, or whether it's be pushing my own page profile. So PR.D has its own profile at the moment. I currently have 2 followers to my PR.D page. I'm going to be hoping to try and obviously grow that, but I'm going to try and use my connections through LinkedIn that I've built up over the years. And LinkedIn's pretty straightforward, right? You don't have to encourage people to engage with you. It's a bit more Facebook based where you're just adding friends ultimately. So for me, trying to use that platform to push my page a little bit more, that's going to be a big strategy of mine to try and push that forward. I also use Medium. So Medium is more focused on blog posts, a community of people who like to express opinions on various aspects within, whether it be the tech community or the venture capitalist community, investing community. There's noise about it. And for me, getting onto Medium week on week behavior that I've established recently, where I'm trying to content create, whether it be through blog posts or whatever it might be. Medium's a really good platform for that, and where you can actually voice your various opinions and also just start to look like a thought leader rather than somebody who just consumes that information. So that's a big strategy for me to push on Medium, and Medium will link into my LinkedIn profiles and also for my my PR.D company page on LinkedIn as well. So that's going to be a massive platform and strategy for me over the next few weeks as I try to generate content week on week. My YouTube subs is currently 0. So it's almost ironic that I'm actually making this video with the full knowledge that I have 0 subs, but it's kind of the point. I have to start from somewhere, and I think 0 is aptly named for that. It just summarizes where I am right now. Where I want to be is to push my subscriptions up, which through all the different channels that I've mentioned, I'm to be more actively engaged to push it through. So that is going to be the key approach from me. And also on the side, there's so many things that I can do and we can do as founders to try and push through and take advantage of effectively these free platforms that exist. I'm a great believer that it's never too late to start. And for me, just taking advantage, it's all about consistency, about the quality of what you try to put out there. You make it the best that you possibly can make it every single time, but you've always got to show up. And I think through all the different channels, that's going to be my approach. Building a schedule around it so I optimize every single day and week that I need to be posting, boost that engagement, and to try and ensure that the following base that I have to get used to what it is that I'm putting out there. If they like it, they'll get involved, they'll start to engage more and more. If they don't like it, they'll obviously tell me otherwise. That is my approach. That's what Zero is to me. Those are my metrics for trying to boost this channel, trying to boost my profile, and that's how I'm going to be pushing over the coming weeks and months. So thanks very much, guys, for tuning in for this one. There'll be plenty more content, whether it be on my social media escapades or my business and what I'm trying to do, where my projects are, where we're looking to get to, what my client sort of situation is in the upcoming weeks. So just check out for that, and obviously subscribe if you want to see a bit more. Cheers, guys.